In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugato knower of the world, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer, the Shaka clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugato knower of the world, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of human beings, to you the completely and fully endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer, the Shaka clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugato knower of the world, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer, the Shaka clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise then I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With a supreme science, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Just free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior, having great compassion, having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you the one gone to thusness I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you the sublime community intending virtue I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all. A dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud, see conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all esteemed, subdue the foe of false, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of gods, protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure, white heaved, curd-like cloud, Holo Samdrapa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples, in space ahead, on lion's throne, lotus to spread doctrine as supreme merit, field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adores fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, famed glory outstanding, is to you worthwhile to think of, hear, and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and in vision offered up to you, supreme Spirit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted three vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned great mundane concerns, made life essence full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make venerable Los Andrapas essential teaching specially shine forever. Migme se wei te chen chen raising, dream it yen pe wan po jam pe yang, tu pung ma lu jong se song wei da, gong chen ke bei su gen song lo sang dra pe sha bla so waden. O glorious and precious fruit guru, seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness, bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remains steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus have I heard at one time, the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha and Vaichananda. together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of aspects of phenomenon called profound illusion. At that very time, the superior Vishara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Vishara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of lineage trained who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Vishara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of profound perfection perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Phenomena are empty, without characteristics, that is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element and so forth, mind element, consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no fear, passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra, the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate gate paragate parasangate bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Vishara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Vishara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, as humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis. Chaya Chaya Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgati Bodhi Soha. Through the power of truth of the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity such as the four maras be stopped. May they become none. May they become all enemies, obstructors, and hindrances Shanti Kuriye Soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness. Bring happiness and well-being here right now. Sashi Bogi Jukshi Meto Tramri Lovely Chintayami. Chodak Sogi Chamnava Yapchu Padu Yaki Yapsu Chi Daki Chungin Kepe Sonami Chola Penchu Songe Drupa Sho Chodak Sogi Chamnava Yapchu Padu Yaki Yapsu Chi Daki Chungin Kepe Sonami Chola Penchu Songe Drupa Sho Chodan Sogi Chonam La Rajan Chupadu Dagi Yapsu Hidagi Chongi Teke Sonam Ki Jola Venture Sange Rupa Sho.
How are you, everyone? Enough cookies? Cookies, nuts. Yeah, it's good. Look like, what? Who makes the honey? Right. When the bees, we got the sting the flowers. You know. Cookie place. That's good. Good. Anyway, it's wonderful. Today's very nice weather. Yeah. You know. Anyway, everyone, serve the perfect motivation. Motivation is very important. Always say, benefit for all sentient persons. Therefore, I'm going to listen to the teaching. I'm going to study. I'm going to do the pujas. Therefore, it's very important. Then tomorrow is also very holiday. Buddhism, very, very big holiday, very big. Then we recognize or we remember, Buddha's birthday, his birth and achieved enlightenment and passed away in the 15th and the 4th month. Then he's going to teaching is the 4th of the 6th month. He come back, he called come back, or he come God realm to human realm is 22nd and the 9th month. Therefore, it's a very special Buddha's holiday. Whatever we do, virtues that day is really multiply. Because this is not just holiday. All the, I don't know, it's on other Buddhism also they believe. The Thailand, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, do they also, I think they believe. Injiro, Kuzo Kinjiro, I think so, I'm not sure, I think so, yeah. This is Buddha's real history. I think they also believe. Even the Tibetan Buddhism, during their day, special tomorrow, people were taking precepts. Also people doing the hungry, what is that? Hunger, sir? How is it? Fast. Retreat, fasting retreat. Then in India, Tibet, here, people have no time. India, Tibetan, they order the people go to the monastery, offering the monks, they're offering the candle, circumambulation, they go to see the statues, temples. In Lhasa, all day like that. All day they go. And here we have no time. Especially Tibetans have no time. Everybody walk They have 2 jobs. Because, they have to pay a lot of bills. And anyway, therefore, tomorrow is therefore, all the, holy places, I think the holy lamas, gurus, rinpoches, also doing tomorrow the puja. Then we all make together, it's more power. Because the power of the object. Special day, special guru, they're very powerful anyway, powerful. Therefore, tomorrow, that is happen, Buddha's born same as us when he get married until 29, he keep his kingdom. Then in 29, then also he escaped his kingdom, everybody. Then he cut by himself his head. Then he meditation, then when he was 35, he achieved enlightenment. Then 41, then when he's born, after he born maybe 7 days, or I think so, his mother passed away. Then his mother born to the, Galram. Then when he was 41 years old, then that time, his father also for other gods to attempt to give for them teaching. Therefore he went to Tushida, 33 Galram, he went there. He was there about 49 days. During that time, then the kings of with him, Sharaputra, and there was another arhats go with him. Usually the people in India, they always see the Buddha, also he received the other time teaching. Then during that time, then 49 days, then the king of the that time, this kingdom, they ask the Mongapa. It's Mongapa, It's Mongapa, ask the Mongapa. We didn't see Buddha a long time. We didn't hear Buddha teach him not where he gone. Then he said Buddha's in the, Gara. Then they ask, please, could you advise Buddha come back? The gods come, human realm is very easy. The humans go to God realm is not possible. Therefore, please, can you go to God realm to ask Buddha come back, for we miss you. The human beings want you, they miss you like that. Then during that time, then he, teaching all the gods. Then during that time, gods also cheap and arhat. Then the 22nd and the 9th month, then he come back from the human, earth. Therefore, the kings or the Sambhata judges, the Brahmins, India's Brahmins also advise him. Also during that time, also they offering for the will, Kolo, Dharma will. Then they, like that, they also bring down to the Buddha in the that we call Labhatishan, because he was first human realm, then he go back to God realm, then come back, then we call Labhatishan. He come back from the the God realm to human, descending the human realm. Okay. Otherwise, he is really that, then not like that. Therefore, is we all remember that we do any prayers, pujas, meditation. It's very powerful. Therefore, tomorrow we're going to take in the precept, admire the precept. It's very powerful. Then all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, also they take in the precepts. You can read that they benefit. They say, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas do that. I'm also like that. I'm doing like that, like copy. The history of the Buddhas, the devotee is the practice. Is correct? The history of the Buddha, is that correct? Is his history of the Buddha is no. Buddha is the student's practice. You have to guess, okay? You have to just hang. You have to just hang, okay? Or is a Tibetan called hang. You have to just make you understand. I just, oh yeah, he talked about like that. You have to. Therefore, anyway, Bodhisattvas, they done. This is like the history. Now we have to do practice like that. We do practice. Therefore, the precept, admire the precept is very powerful, very important. Very powerful, short practice. That's just 24 hours, vow is not difficult. Then tomorrow we're doing that. Then usually we say, first you have to receive the teacher. Then second, it's not possible teacher, you can do yourself. Sometimes Western say, look, completely permission. Oh, you can take that yourself. That means, if not possible, not convenient, then you can do yourself. Means, it's possible that you don't want to either. I already have one, then I can do myself. Not like that. Not do easy way. Don't do easy way. No. People have to do easy way, right? Try to not usually practice. Try to do more hard work, more effort, more merit. There were also community, group also more power. Object of the here, really very holy place. If you don't think much, sometimes it happen. We call the Lhasa Amaras never go to see Jovo. Jovo is the very Buddha statue in Lhasa. Now who lives Lhasa? The Amaras, they doesn't go to see Jovo. Because they don't think this is very special that Jovo is here. Who come very, very far away. Even people do prostration. Very far away. 1 year they do prostration, just go and see that. But they know they're very precious, so go to see Jovo, then they say, if my life I can see once Jovo, then if I die, I go to, heaven like that. They believe very powerful. In my village area, they're all, also, you go to car, or you go walk, they try to go walk. It's more merit, more hard walking. Therefore, the very lot of hundreds, thousands of people come very far away to see Jovo. But who live in close Jovo, they doesn't go to see Jovo because they don't think Jovo is very special because they live there. Therefore, our temple here also. Maybe we stay here, we always hear it. Oh, yeah, the center, yeah, we have statues, yeah, we have Kanju Tanju, yeah, statues, stupas, yeah, Buddha, yeah, His Holiness come here, trust, yeah. We don't think very special, right? But it is very, very, very special, very powerful. I think if now I'm not very presumptuous. If I'm not presumptuous, maybe in the United States there are hundreds of thousands, maybe hundreds centers, but maybe few centers have His Holiness come twice. Such a transit come to many times. Also a lot of, we have keep a lot of, mandalas here, a lot of lamas come here. Also we have other religions also come here. They all pray to. No one pray to what we call bad things. They all pray to good things, right? Therefore, we are very powerful. We have all the statues. Then, Buddha Shakyamuni, Avalokiteshvara, also Atisha. Atisha statue also you don't see much. Buddhist temples, we have that. And Pema Sambhava, also we don't see much. We have Lama Tsongkhapa, Three Principles. Anyway, if you really think we have also 16 arhats, we have all Kanjur here. Australia also have Kanjur, Tanjur both. It's a very holy object place. Therefore, you really think this is really war. People come here, in religion, Tibetans, they don't have that much feeling that there's even they come to here, there's more peaceful. If nothing going on here, they come to the empty room, there's very peaceful, some power. Then also the Western, some people come to, stop by here, they say, it's very peaceful. Last 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I went to the post office. The one lady, she's going to post office. She said, "Are you the temple?" I said, "Yes." "Oh, it's wonderful." I went there. It's so peaceful, so peaceful. I told my friend, "You should go there." It's very peaceful, Therefore, this is not because I'm some power, not like that, not me. We have all the what we call holy gurus, holy objects. They all put together blessings here. Therefore, people can feel. If people have the faith, they feel. Maybe, do you guys feel? Maybe not. Good or good. Sometimes I hope not become like Lhasa Cho. Who lives Lhasa, the ladies doesn't feel that Cho is special, They have not much feeling. Yeah. Therefore, it's very objects, holy place. Then we all, Dharma friends, we all together to pray, practice, take same time, same day, vows together is more powerful. Therefore, if you convenient but possible, come here, good. The vows, not difficult, just one day. Also, you're a sick person, also you have some permissions. Not intentional, what's that? Assumption. Intention. It's not broken for intention. Unintention is very broken. Correct? Unintention. Yeah, intention is not broken. Then it's okay. Then also tomorrow we go to precepts. After precepts, we're going to recite. Told people I just thought here I come back. Sorry, we have no Westerns like to plan, right? But no plan. Just happen. But I think the senior students know. They happen. Yeah. Geshe wanted something happen just now. But tomorrow, 4 o'clock in the morning, we have to recite for Golden Light Sutra. No, don't worry. After precepts, we can recite for Thamki Tuje Sanagar. Skillful compassion. Pejaji hote.
It's about Buddha's history. The history of Buddha, the prayer on Buddha's history.
I think we have the English.
Oh. What's the name of the prayer?
It's very called Thamki Tuje.
Thamki Tuje, which great compassion.
Skillful great compassion.
Yeah.
I know even they don't have. No, they don't have. I think the APM did the book. Or not, we have the copy. I remember last year we wrote one time. Then after that we're going to read the Tendetopa.
Speech, sorry. The essence of eloquent speech on interpretation.
maybe not yet.
very long text, and when that is combined or condensed, they condense into the praising of the dependent rising.
You got it? You got it? Tendida kasa tamgor mbochigita niyolaya pembezimbiga sonju chakbo naso wate tangleshin bore tate dudishona and tende to bana chadan de yoresro.
So last time when His Holiness gave teaching in New York, that was the subject that he gave teaching on, the definitive and interpreted meaning of the eloquent speech. And so this is very tough in a sense, like it was very difficult to understand and of course very difficult to explain. And so when that text, the very extensive long text, when you combine it, you can combine to the shorter text known as the praise of interdependent arising.
Tendida tende te bade sanji 좀 jirum bochig and sanji 좀 된데라 tende tense jukone ta te bai maresro.
So this is called praise of dependent rising. Praise of dependent rising, that's the name of the text. But this is composed by Lama Tsongkhapa. He's not praising of the dependent rising, but he praised Buddha for teaching the dependent rising. So that's why, but the name is called praise of dependent rising.
아니 지나라 그래 지나라 따때와 피바데 지난 그 땡데 땡서 따 땡데기 추 땡서 만나봐지 와인다 다 그러고 되고 때와 피기서다 때와 가냐 듣고는 되는 거죠 봐.
So because you taught that the teaching on the dependent rising, which is very uncommon from the other teachings, and therefore I praise you for that. So that was the that was the wordings in the text itself. But the title of the text is called Praising the Dependent Rising.
근데 제가 똥발라나면 바래스. 근데 저는 그 땜발라나면 저는 그 땜비 추드 땜발라나면 바래서 저는 똥발라나면 바래스.
So he said that Lama Tsongkhapa said, Buddha, you are a peerless teacher because the teachings that you give are the peerless teachings.
Right? 먼저 그래요. 메티 빼 대비하고 트그레스. 대비팅은 개발해서 가는 그 대비하고 트그레스나도 랍손 라베 여러 번 지탱로라.
So just like we praise somebody, because of their work, right? And said, oh, this person is great.
간질라나면 제세가는 저는 땡데 땡서 만다바지 스치도 만다바지 와인다 다지는 라나면 바랜데 우송 말했어.
And so he says, and you are the peerless teacher for you are peerless teacher, you are peerless refuge, and so forth, because of teaching these peerless teachings on the emptiness.
다 대연도 많이 당하서 다 잠을랑 아주 출루 제준다 망보자래. 근데 땡데기 추성이 선지 좀된 맞지. 자 수치 쇼요 말했어.
And so whether that's true or not, we can see by comparing all these different teachings in the world. And it is only in the Buddha's teaching they taught about the interdependence.
그러와 샹바사 개침보리, 니제서 개침보리, 젬베서 개침보리 해야지. 여름서 개침보리서 나도 출루 차상 그 통모 송거. 땡데기 송서데 다 선지 좀 된데 주보에 말했어.
So we say compassion is very good, loving kindness is very good. Cherishing others is very good, benefiting others is very good. This all, this is all. This is regarded by all the religions, right? And so the only teaching that is taught, the only teaching on emptiness that is taught in the religion is only Buddhism. So therefore, Buddha is praised for that.
그러와 안에 때는 좋아한다. 그러. 간식 땡주 많이 붙인가 보면 땡이 좋아한다 원래 지금 추 담저 땡이 좋아한다 들리다 다 동어래스 그 간식 땡주 많이 붙인가 보면 대신 간식 땡데 많이 땡주 많이 붙인가 보면 대신 가로 now I forgot 간식 땡주 많이 붙인가 보면 대신 동어 많이
저거 많이 저거라 나라
간식 땡이 좋아한다 안에 동아래에서 땡주인배 진세 땡주인자 동아래 송아래서
And so because it is dependent arising, which means it has to depend on something for it to exist, therefore it is empty. right?
그래서 대내다 똥화서에 대 말이라 그래. 대 말에 대 똥화래 대 말에서라고 그래. 실제.
So when you say, this is empty of something, that means this is not that thing.
오케이. 배나 버디 보물은 샤가도 샤가 말다 좀 남자선 버디 보물도 샤가도 샤가 말잖아.
So when you say man is woman, a man is woman? No? Are you sure? Okay, you're sure, right?
Are you sure? 버려. 대 버디 보물 말인자 아니 버디 보물 똥하러 왔어.
So in the same way, right? So the man is not a woman. You can say, a man is not a woman. So in the same way, you can say a man is empty of woman.
대인자 버디 보물을 때니 숑하러 왔어. 버디 배물을 때니 샤고로 왔어. 샤다데.
But man depends on woman, right? Without a woman, then it cannot be man. There cannot be man without woman. There cannot be woman without man, right?
된 직땡 rollo 와. 대가도 추게 이렇게 말하는 직땡 rollo 왔어.
So that's the reality, right? That's how it is. That's how things are, right? Is that right? It's not nothing to do with the religion.
그래서 근데자 버디 보물을 때니 숑하인자 버디 보물 똥하러 했으라 그랬어.
So, in other words, because a woman comes from man, or no, woman depends on man. Is that right? Women depend on man. In what way? In every way. Because women depend on man, therefore woman is empty of man.
Maybe not
Because
this.
women depend on man, therefore woman is empty of man.
Correct? Maybe. If you have to understand many different ways, but like that. 간지 만지 아니 취탐제 때는 좋아인자 아니 마때니 좋아 요 말했어. 마때니 좋아 다 동화래스.
So because everything exists by depending on so and so, therefore, anything that does not depend doesn't exist at all.
다 간지 만지 다 산지 좀된 내가 아니 다 추송서 때 쓰지도 만라와. 아니 땡리게 건데 다 땡리게 로서 만라와 송와다 다 도말라 남아 바래. 간지 땡리도 봐 송와레스.
And so, anyway, because Buddha taught this uncommon teaching, on emptiness, therefore he is praised for being a peerless teacher.
오케이. 근데다 산행감도 아니 그런 비섭 사와다. 아니 던도 담게 두지 되는데 대산지 좀 된데가 아니 다 가로 로진을 그랬어. 아니
And then, so tomorrow after the precept, we recite this text I just told you about, great compassion, skillful great compassion. And so this is a history of Buddha, so history of Buddha, especially narrating the 12 great deeds of the Buddha. And so we recite that, and then after that, then we recite another in praise of the interdependent rising.
Okay? Yes.
Who wrote Skillful Great Compassion?
근데로 담게 두지. 누구세요? Yeah, I don't remember who the book composed. You will, if you have the copy, I remember when last year we did, I think they asked to Kimber to make copy when we have the religions in effect. Now we didn't read. And I think we don't have the book. I think we have copy someplace. Then I think 무도지 인지가 요나. 무도지 얘기다.
무도지 읽을다.
이러.
읽으려.
이러. 고소선 통역이요.
Is there an ornament of clear realization? Ornament of clear realization? And not the commentary,
Not
the
commentary.
verse.
Root text. Root
Yeah.
text.
Root text. Do we have
Root
that?
text, right? I think English there. His Holiness said, you have to study that. Even without copy. I'm sure we have copy, yeah. It's okay.
Is it lengthy, the text, or short?
No, it's long. It's 8 chapters. Yeah. They talk about all the Persian law. Then it's okay. If you have English copy, you can recite that. The monks recite Translation Nyambo, Mundoji, Omanjuba, Zezawa, so like in the Lord,
So in the monastery, the monks will recite all this, the text on the interpretive and definitive meaning, and the impress of the independent rising, and the ornament of clear realization, all the 8 chapters, and then there's the 10 chapters of the engaging in the middle way, and so all these root texts they will recite in the monastery.
I think they're all there. We have English. They already translated. It's okay, but when you monastery, you have to memorize that. You have to memorize the root text. Then you can look the commentary. Therefore, even the monks, sometimes the monks pass away. They recite that their root texts. They don't do another place, just root texts. It's very, very powerful. I think therefore, I think His Holiness say the Tibetan Buddhism is also the Nalanda tradition. It's also the focus of the root text. The root text composed in India masters. And then there are different commentaries. Therefore, anyway, if you have the copy, you can recite. It's very good. 8 chapters. But if not, it's okay. Then also do some prostration. 35 Buddha prostration. But I'm not joining that all. I want to go to sleep back. No. And then, some people have difficulty with food, If you're a sick person, it's okay, you can eat that dinner. It's not dangerous. Sick people have to not come in what we call the Buddha gives for permission. Then another, we can keep the vow. Also, there are 2 different ways. Some people, they eat only lunch. They don't eat they don't eat the dinner. There are 2 different.
Two different ways.
Yeah. I'm eating the breakfast also. Before Geshe also eat breakfast, then I follow like that. Then some teachers also, people don't eat the breakfast. Only lunch.
Only one meal.
Only one meal. Also, this is good. Then the Tenishina kanji so yeda jegi karo. Jego cheta karo. Tadi patano so.
And so doing that, will purify the negative karmas to be born in the hungry ghost realm.
Okay. Today like that. Then therefore, if you want not possible to come here, you can do your home. Morning, get up, do some water balls, do 3 prostration, set up perfect motivation. You do yourself. Then we have possible come here, then there's more power. Therefore, better. But maybe too early, you're too here, too tired, then just you do your home. But it's possible, come here, so good, okay?
So what time? 6 o'clock?
Yeah, so close late, right?
It has to be before sunrise. What time sunrise?
It's sunrise.
Sunrise is earlier.
Huh?
Sunrise is at 6:35 or 6:40.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I researched.
Oh, I'm thinking when it's light, yeah, because it's light before then, yeah, and that's actually.
그래서 다 라팽 온다로 모이도 니르모도 만동원 게랑한도 다 레도 지고 생겨. 그런 거 소제나.
So during even before the sunrise, and you can still see the things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it has to be usually said that it has to be dark enough. It has to be dark enough, for you to be not able to read the marks on your hand. That's how they say.
It's like 5 o'clock.
So without the lights,
Without
the lights. Just outside there.
At 5 o'clock it's dark.
It is dark, yeah.
At 6 o'clock, it's that dark, but I don't know, by 6:20, it might be getting
Oh, okay. Yeah.
light by 6.
Yeah, it's okay.
So
Okay.
if you start at 6, it's safe, right?
Yeah. Sunny also already?
I get up at 5 at this point.
In the summer.
Okay, like that is all. This is then tomorrow also, of course, if you taking the pizza, it's a vegetarian. Even vegetarian also no garlic, no onion. Okay. If you don't take the precepts also, I think maybe you guys also most vegetarian. That take the one day vegetarian is good. Something I'm very funny to. I'm not vegetarian. Say people to vegetarian. It's not very nice. But we are just our family. Just it's okay. Maybe you guys doesn't met me. Why he said he are not vegetarian? Why he ask or asked to vegetarian? It's not true. I hope you guys not like this, not think that. Therefore, if vegetarian, I think maybe most vegetarian. If not, 10, 25, 30 로. 30도 것도 하고 말하다. 30th, 30th. Also, the holidays to vegetarian is good. Then, usually vegetarian is very good, but you people something, or not good my health, therefore I'm vegetarian. It's not good. The motivation is not very good. The motivation is, it means is that someone die, someone's precious things of their life, then someone kill, they die, then I don't want to do that. Then, like motivation is more important. Okay? Well, meat makes me more fat, then I don't want to eat, this is not good motivation. Okay? Like that, anyway, tomorrow, 24 hours, how much do you can do any virtues level is okay. Try to don't angry. If you're angry, tomorrow night purify. Don't sleep with angry. Okay? If you sleep with angry, if you die, you go to hell. This is sure. If you sleep with, compassion, bodhicitta, loving kindness, with them if you die, one left, you go to, Dharmarakshita.
Upper realm.
Upper realm. Okay? Any questions there? Tomorrow? No? Yeah.
So you said it's okay to eat breakfast?
I think, you can eat breakfast. If you don't, if it's good if you don't eat, but it's not bad. I think there's two different ways. Also, I researched that also. I think the text, we don't see the text, they don't only one meal. One meal means real meal, usually, some big meal. Therefore, even some teachers also, they're not sure which one they talk about. Some different lineages. Some lineages take only one meal, only lunch. Then some take the breakfast. After lunch, they don't eat. Therefore, that's up to you, what's your convenient. Okay? Like that. Okay, now we go to the relax. Otherwise, Murin look at me. Why? Maybe Geshe doesn't want to go this. Okay? Okay. Now okay, 26, right? You think? I think so, right? Yeah. Okay? And then Pember Mana Dansam Darnson, Gokolana, Nime Tundati, Pojetobi Gola, Chefcha, Dadoshimina Marayas, Rua. Then they pay Mizumi Danga, Chimbo in Baratrua.
So, it's reads, when someone gives me harmful advice, my hostile mind takes that person for an enemy. When someone advises me, I repeat that heartless on with kindness, roar and thunder on the head of the destroyer, false construction, mortally strike at the heart of the butcher, the enemy ego.
Okay?
So this is a great advice.
간제 단데 간제 쫑게 돌은 누구 중에 있다 조보 야슈데레스 나 디다라 간소 콘도사니 빼면 가라 말고 죄송 가라 많이 죄송도 바 콘도상도 왔어 그리고 펜발 마나스 아니 딱 봐줘와도 그노 야보도는 야 전에 말다까지 그노 야보도는 소소람과 놀아이고 나 지나람과 놀거든다 근데 마치에서
So he says, when someone gives me useful advice, my hostile mind takes that person for an enemy. So you understand that part, right? So useful advice, somebody who gives you advice, you get angry to that person? Always. Really?
Well, no. I see it here because usually, if I see it in terms of somebody's advice, like don't drive too quickly, but that's fine. Don't eat too much sweets, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't drink this, don't drink that. Usually I see it in terms of the advice usually is something you like to do. And the advice is probably well taken because you're going to do this. So you get angry because they're trying to come between you and an attachment.
That's right, yeah.
That's good. 다 간지 kunlu pacho wate kunlu yabo jiga kene lani sosugu gyönan zogu jira was te sosola pendo chingene ngaso tele kondo sagre was.
And especially somebody who points out at your faults. Oh, you're doing this bad, you're doing that bad, you're making this mistake and so on. Then we get really angry, right? But usually that is a very good person, so who points at our fault, and it's good, so it's really helping us, but we get angry towards them. That's what it means here. So my hostile mind takes that person for an enemy.
매지가 간소 놀거요 와라 지나한테 놀거는데 생각들어야 지금 동반 나오잖아 계시나 주만 간소 때 sabs죠 뒷가로 간소 캔라가 말아서 안 돌면 해나 주마 파는 섬나 다 주만은 같이 재미도 원에 대하고 명하대 대지나 명할 가고 지금은 그 사람도 스톱 제 팽도 와.
But in any case, when somebody tells you, by pointing at your faults and say, oh, you did this, you shouldn't do that. At that time, maybe you might not like. But in any case, that will be helpful for you in the future. Says, oh, yeah, that's right. What I did was wrong, and I should not be doing that again. Make you more cautious, not to repeat the same kind of mistake again.
That's right. During that time, we don't accept that. We say, oh, I'm not wrong, I do right. But we love for ourselves. Then after we calm down, then we think, oh, maybe I shouldn't do next time again that. Because people doesn't like me. We don't say this was no good, people doesn't like me if I do that. Because this is a little help, right? That is the kanji, that didn't know what was. 당도 빼려 빼나 개견도 오지가 개둘라야 차트우 돈이야 딱 개둘이 지 샤워 말을 제요이나 오 샤워도 제요 말에 대고 말라나 근데 개둘이 코로나다 샤워 노조대 가로 딱 발려도 건다 근데 개개라 막아줘 근데 밤에 양아치 부수수 보라 라브자는 것도 잡아나 야 부기 밤에 막아줘 어떤 용도 was.
So when the teacher tells the student not to do this or not to do that, then out of care and compassion, then the student, because he's pointing out that student's fault, saying you shouldn't do that, you made this mistake and so forth, and then he or she gets angry, right? And the same thing like with the parents, the parents tell the children, to not to do this or not to do that, then children get angry. So parents are telling out of concern for the child, but the child gets angry towards the parent for telling them that.
That's correct. We always caring that kids. Kids doesn't like that, right? The parents that are caring kids is not for the benefit of parents. They thinking my kid. Good grade, good number, good grades, good boy, good girl, good people, good student. Therefore, always you say something all the time, do the homework all the time. Kids doesn't like that, right? This is all just example. Now we all adults. Then we have a little bit argument. They say, oh, you're doing wrong. Oh, it's not good. Punch. What they punch you,
Punish.
finger, pound you, what a pound, is it do that?
Point.
Pound. And also we get more. He pounded me, right? Right? You get paid. No. Usually we really think is he or she pound you, that doesn't harm, right? But our mind is very bad for me. But like that, if someone say you're doing wrong, of course there are good motivations, of course, but even there are no good motivation, maybe there's someone fighting you, not wrong, but usually we really think they help for us, but next time we more little careful, because we know people doesn't like this action. Therefore we try to a little bit careful, because we really get experience. Without the experience, we don't think it's going to wrong direction. We do again and again and again and again. Someone's, push here, then next time we more careful. There was this who told that, it was very kind, but we think this is for our enemy. So, then the other, then the was kanji sosola yabo chengi jina, and then ganzo chichu kanina padata yo resro. Pember mana dancing darnzens.
So those who tell us good things, useful things, then we always see them as our enemies.
다 듣는 요리 다 저좀 고고도면은 고고만이야. 고고르니. 아니 님의 전데스 다 깨자 님보로 시 가지 다 고고고는 땅에 뭐뭐 놓았어. 파고 주고 드리고 거 땅에디 애는 나도 까리 쳔보 있다. 고 까리 쳔보 뭐 까리 쳔보 있어. 근데 줄 까리지. 풀라 문에 들어가 당아도 간다. 고고를 틀고 이래서
And so, and then when someone deceives me, like someone who tells me in a very nice way, bad things, I mean a nice way, and then makes us to do the wrong things, right? Oh, you should do this, you should have this, this is very fun, and so forth. So he always tells in a nice way, and that person, that kind of person who we always think of, very highly, and think of them as being very kind to us.
저는 고고고 되뉴래.
So have you been deceived like that?
미국 고고도 간지 기재 년보지 파티티 아니 주망하던 고고 쓰는 모여도 간지 되는 뭐 용용 알들 내뉴서 고고 뭐 쓰뉴서.
So some people they say very nice words, so it's a nice word this way, that way, and then makes you do the wrong things, or lose things and so forth, right? So yeah, I have been deceived many times.
된데데 간주 원이지는 소소라 내와 팅하다는 간주데 야보 조보성게 다데 간주 노르데 들어와.
So that kind of people, usually are deceiving, harming us, but we regard them as our friend.
Okay? 된데자 다 된지 뭐 용데 받도 쓰르나 다도 말이 받대. 간자 띵띵레 들어와.
So why it's happening is because of the self-cherishing attitudes and the self-grasping ignorance.
오늘지나 라운드도 쓰느라 안에 쫀 상도도 가디 보관했다 봉이다 경에 야보 야슈들 해서 말해서.
So it is said in the Lamrim that whenever somebody points at at your faults, so whoever points the most of your faults is your best teacher.
It's there Lama Tsonga was say, but for us, someone say you're a very angry person. Right? When you talk about me, someone say, oh, you're the very madness. What are you talking about? I'm not. It's not your business. We are getting angry, right? But usually we are very madness, right? Are you guys madness? No, really. Right? That this is, real Lauram practice, If someone you really push our faults, is the best teacher. Because we catch our faults. No one told, we don't know that the fault, we go into wrong direction, right? There's even then the person 80 years old, 80 years, they need to someone guide. Because no one, we do just all the time same direction, then people doesn't know they're going wrong direction. Therefore, husband always, the wife, kato, choge temedigi chogade kadina labja jeba. Yang choyoge teme labja jeba tene jine mitanya chongo yoro was.
So the couples, they spend their life, advising each other.
Right. Someone, oh, you do wrong that. Then, oh, you don't read that. Then they listen each other. Then getting better. Sometimes you got bomb. But therefore, even the older people, doesn't matter. They need to someone guide. Because we don't, even if we do wrong, that we didn't, no one's going to wrong. Therefore, those who always told us things to do wrong, then this person is the end of some my friend. He's just walking around there. Therefore, you saw? What you thought you were punishing me?
I know where you were going with that one.
Oh. Some one my friend guy, he's wrong. He's one.
Over here earlier.
Oh really? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. He's one my neighbor. Yeah. Yeah, he lives here, his bicycle. Therefore, who told always punishing, you do wrong. Sometimes also they're not correct, but most they help for us, we more careful, right? But for us, very difficult to accept. We say, oh, I'm not doing right. He doing right. You doing right. But it's because we don't accept. But usually they help for us. Therefore, 가로 나도 빼셔. 주스까지 들어가나 간주 맞지 마서. 가로. 세죠.
그래서?
주스까지 들어가나 간주 맞지 마서.
고마워요.
가로 근데 통홍성도.
아, 그래?
해야 돼.
가도 거기서 봐요. 니올라.
미국으로 지송세요. 가로. 진주 맞지 맞지. 알레. 진짜 레바도 거나 간주 맞지 맞지. 주스까지 들어가나 간주 맞지 마서. 그거.
가서 진짜?
진짜 레바도 거나. 미 야본 통고에나 간주 맞지 맞지. 아니 저랑 미 저랑 간 얘기나 간주 빌라 맞았어. 뭐만 얘기 뭐라고. I'm talking too much.
In the teaching at New York, His Holiness mentioned about, it rhymes, nicely in Tibetan language, but I don't know, in English. It says, if you want people to, see you in a good way, don't go around doing all sorts of things. Don't go around doing all sorts of things. So if you do all sorts of things, if you're doing a lot of things, all sorts of things, a lot of things, then you'll be making a lot of mistakes, right? And so then people will not look in a good way. So that's why you say, if you want people to see you in a good way, don't do all sorts of things. Don't do all sorts of things, or almost do nothing. Yeah. Or don't do things carelessly. Don't do things carelessly. And in Tibetan, it will be saying like, say, don't do any, all sorts of things, or in English, maybe if I have to add it, then maybe I have to say like carelessly. Don't do things carelessly. So if you do things carelessly, without paying attention, then you might make mistakes. So people anyway. So if you want people to see you in a good way, then don't do things in careless way. And then he said, if you want people to listen to you, then don't say, don't say things carelessly. Not really carelessly, but if you say too many things, like Geshe was saying, he was saying too many things, then people will not listen to you. So if you want people to listen to you, then don't say things carelessly.
I think that's true, right? The mother or father always the kids say something, then kids doesn't listen. The father or mother, they just say one step. Sometimes the kids more scared, right? It's true? Experience like that, right? Therefore, if you want to listen everyone, don't say too many, just what call useless things or meaningless things. Then just once, then just is out of stuff something?
Like dribble, just dribble.
Yeah. I don't know, this is a Tibetan style. Then, if you want to listen to everyone, don't say too many things. You want to see people very nicely, don't do bad things. Like that. Therefore, anyway, teneta kanje ta nganzo sosola yabo chinge ta data wada. Sosola lugu chinge ti nya ta de karikchen na dadu mari batu chinges.
So what makes whose policy is for us to see the ones who give useful advice as enemy and those who deceive us as a friend is the fault of the self-cherishing attitude and self-grasping ignorance.
What is that? Dance. Dance me also go is dance the tengu also go is.
So now we have to destroy that false construction, the self-grasping ignorance.
Dance me bas chevala dame to gormato dame madan dance me bache to mares.
In order to destroy or eliminate that self-grasping ignorance, you have to realize the selflessness. And so without realizing selflessness, there's no way you can overcome the self-grasping ignorance.
And reparation got a monto show says you're carna, reparation that dame to be shut up. Think got a much down the lacquer. Koran tanginga in birth. The tanchilla mini, yechilla mini, the tangiga low in Barros.
So that which is contradicting to the exalted wisdom. So exalted wisdom here is referring to the self-cherishing. The selflessness, right? So selflessness is looking at what? Self, right? Selflessness is looking at self as existing, independently, right? By depending on so and so forth. So that's a selflessness, right? And then the self-grasping ignorance is looking at what? Same thing, self, but in a contradicting way, in a contradictory way. So like, from its own side. So other one sees the self what it sees is a self, but as existing by depending on such and such. Yeah? And then the self-grasping ignorance sees the self also, but sees in a contradicting way, by seeing it as existing from its own side.
Okay, it's difficult, right? Then in that change with some niji karma pen of Thomas Kanji Dame Matona, and the change with some Yovana, and it doesn't Thomas.
So in other words, in order to destroy the self-grasping ignorance, which is focused on, which is grasping of the self, right? And you have to have the wisdom that grasps the same self in a contradicting way. So therefore, it has to be like self, the selflessness, the wisdom realizing selflessness, right? And therefore, the great compassion, loving kindness, or altruistic attitude, those cannot help to overcome the self-grasping ignorance.
단다 집나 여왕도 로존나서 나라야. 디시 텐데 또 비파탈한 베스 특당 못 가로. 디시 텐데 또 비파탈한 베스. What is that?
다 고는 전화만 하고
가서 특당. 내주대 남다서 이제 선반면나. 분소 대회 저런 로데 남주죠. 말어 대 말어. 가로. 지살로 만나라지도 제가 서로가 해주거든. 제가 때문에는 간대다. 저한테 간다서 그대로 못 했다면서. 나당 내주면 받으지. 나당 내주면 받으지. 텐데 되냐시 봐. 살아 깜바질라지. 근데 저 어떻게 한다. 렌데면은 고외동은 야야스는 대다 거면 그 인생에 타와지 주는 게 내주도 나도 제보다 말. 가로. Yeah, I don't remember that sex. 간제 맞지. Again, they're more worth. Yes, the three principles.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Dice tiene to metal en vez con este no gana.
We have it in the bookstore.
Do you have it here?
Principle?
Not here. Do you have?
Geshe said, do you have it in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does it?
Yes, sir.
What the before?
Verses on emptiness.
Yeah, what the before? Therefore, you have to.
Therefore, means to.
Striving the means to realize.
Before the what? Before the.
And origination. When
So that's the last line of the verse, right?
Last
so
one.
what are the first three line of the verse?
without the wisdom realizing the ultimate nature, even if you gain familiarity with
Renunciation,
in mind, you will not be able to cut the root of samsaric suffering.
Then
Strive, therefore, in the means of realizing independent origin.
그래서
그다음부터
this is the three principles.
three principal aspect of path.
Yeah, three principles path, right? I think path.
Yeah.
Right? Principles. Yeah. Is correct? I think so, yeah. We all know very familiar. You know, when he's New York, His Holiness teaching, His Holiness found that the last verses, then he asked the Geshe, what is the first one? Then everybody just. Then after he finished it, all the scholars. You know, it's very, even you memorize, they're very hard, right? They, you know, say last verse, then they okay, what's before. Like therefore, you know, anyway, then is a kashi, teacher tended to be talambes kaji, that tended matona, koala traumatized that tended to what the kitchen was right, change of semi and the pen maris.
So therefore, in the last line where it says, strive in the means to realize the selflessness or the dependent rising, and therefore, you know, it shows that there's no other means, no other way, you know, to overcome the self-grasping ignorance other than realizing the interdependence.
There is a contact dance sevate, dance, demonstrations, but here contact chilla mini, dance dig that trapans, damet below it, that matapato. That matter to below the Chionsama, dance when the middle of the Nanshu Komachan.
So then, like I said before, you know, the self-grasping ignorance and the selflessness. So they both are grasping at the self. You know? So when you have a grasping at the self as existing from its own side, then of course, in grasping at the self as existing by dependent cause and condition, you know, would be less, right? And so when you have a grasping at the self as, you know, depending on the cause and conditions, then you know, then the grasping of the self as exists from its own side, without dependent cause and condition, would be less, right?
Pechachanan, Gonan, Gomen Homan, Gonana, Troman, Gold Pangmaro, that is what it is. Shada Tron medical toll pang than nothing, Gold Pangmaro, or the reason Gonan, Gomen Gold, but that is what it is.
And so same, you know, so when you take the medicines, you know, for different kind of diseases, you know, so like for the headache and for the stomach ache, yeah. And so you put medicine, you know, for stomach ache, right? So if you take the medicine for the headache, you know, for the stomach ache, you know, then that will not help. Is that right?
So, but na sena ge nyembo ane karo. Jimba, jimenyam na gongor was. Jimenyam na gomagona ane sena shonta to mar was. Jimbaro.
So like for example, you know, the miserliness, you know, is like being stingy, right? So if you don't want to give, you know, you want to keep it for yourself, or not even, you know, able to use for yourself, you know, that's like stingy, right? But in order to do that, you have to practice generosity, right? In order to, overcome that, you have to practice generosity, right? Practicing loving kindness will overcome that.
Okay. There is a nyomo kangala susu kapte jange reyors tenda tenjimi go your was.
And so there is an antidote for every kind of, you know, delusions, right? There is an antidote, you know, for every kind of delusions. So they all need each kind of, you know, antidote for them.
And
then the antidote for the, you know, pride is respect, right? So people who have respect, you know, towards, who will not, you know, have arrogance towards them, right? So then it's like, you know, you're keeping a guard behind every kind of delusion. So whenever it arises, shoot it right there.
And then Gama Geshe Lar Tamar Sharawa Chica Kachan, Lano Chicaja, no Mombega, any Gotala and Doomsum Dedios, or to Swan.
And so one of the Kadamba Geshe, I was Lana Damba Sharawa, I don't know, but and he said he's always holding a spear, you know, spear, the weapon, spear, and sitting on the gate of the mind. So standing and holding a spear at the gate of the mind, whenever that delusion rises, then he will stuck it with the spear right there.
어디다 코너로 사이로 치는다 코너 상호 때 하고 왔지네 아니 대 제약 답시 맞지 삼모 심바 있다 답시 고고 당으로.
So when you get angry, then of course patience is one thing, but then other thing is distracting yourself from being angry. So if you're angry towards something and if you think of something else, angry towards that will go away, right? So you're distracting your mind from there.
그런데 뉴모로 가리지 디카도들 즉 대장자선을 맡아 대지 제약 답시 심바다 대 답이 야시도를 봤어. 대장자선은 대 두르두르만.
So when the delusion arises, some kind of delusion arises on that object, then if you keep on thinking that, then the delusion will rise more and more, right? If you keep on thinking about that, then delusion will rise more and more. But if you think about something else, then that delusion will not rise anymore.
먼저 삼로도 빼 문제 비슈치 말에 반응 맞아 나다로 직당겨나. 소소 집어다 나다로 다된 거. 야또 계산하고 직직들은 제로도 알아는 것도 왔어. For
example, like when we think about our pain, headache or something, if we think about it, then the pain gets worse and worse. But when you have the pain and if you think about something else or you make yourself busy with something else, then you forget about that, then you don't feel the pain.
Then when you're more relaxed, then you feel back. Because our mind is very powerful. Therefore, all the time, keep your mind. Some religion they call monkey mind. Monkeys go everywhere, right? Just everywhere like that. Our minds go everywhere. Therefore, our mind pick up all the faults. Therefore, during that time, try to change, do some other things. Thought my different way. Don't think on analytic meditation. This again. Then more, big. Okay. Like that, then we don't talk too much, then we stop here. It's a little bit early, it doesn't matter. Then, you have any questions? If you have no questions, I'm going to give questions. Oh, good. Then, only to be sure that Mewa Yena, and Shanju was a Ninjula Casa, Kumba Yena.
So like Bob said already, right?
Yeah,
so,
good.
Even if you
Good.
So if you don't have the wisdom realizing the reality, right? Even if you meditate on renunciation and bodhicitta, you will not be able to cut the root of the psychism. Therefore, strive in the means to achieve realize the interdependence.
양 연주 해봐지. 돈이 또 올라오니까 상주고 세면나 양 산재 요거 말하고.
And then in a similar way, even if you have renunciation and realization of emptiness, but if you don't have bodhicitta, then you will not be able to achieve Buddhahood.
그럼 연주에 대한 남자 선지 선배면나 라메 선지 분서 대외제를 먼저 했어. 대답해서 온 거지. 연주에 대한 남자 선지 선배면나 산지가 또 제로 말했어. 근데 민주에 대한 나도 사람은 없어요. 로데는 미션이죠.
그래서
민주에 대한 남자 선지지. 나도 라메 선지 분서 대외제를 문제. 로데는 미션조 선조. 제가로.
인제권도 인제권 타보던 전화된 생각 좀 껴볼라. 저때 남자 섬기게 심바면 잠만 좀 본저 대외주를 매주 로데는 그 장주 샘초게 있잖아. So then also about tells you about in the same text about the bodhicitta. So even if you generate renunciation, if that renunciation is not conjoined with the generation of the mind of enlightenment, come a cause for the great perfection. Therefore, those wise ones, please generate the mind of enlightenment.
Okay, like that. If you need to drive into your car, not enough you have to key your car, not enough. You need to drive with lesson. You need to put gas. You need to put oil. Everything condition that you can drive, right? Otherwise, you have really car here. No oil, you cannot drive it. If you not put gas, you cannot drive it. Like that, you need to all conditions. Exactly like that. Okay? Okay, if you not caution, then we stop.
Just one question.
Yes.
As part of the recitation for Ekayanapisa, it says the 37 practices harmonious with enlightenment. What are those? I know there's 37, so that's a lot, but
Yes, Ilana Sodema. They just change it in Lale. Manda was to subdue tears, just roll them.
So those are the 37 practices of the Bodhisattvas.
Yeah.
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 Same thing, yeah.
These are the Chavad Jatan Jadi changes in Lale Redan. They Chavad Jata changes in Lale Redas. Pecha Shavana, Suzola, Datangede, Suzupa, and Givishin Tangede, Jata Lale Chis.
So it says you do this. This is the practice of the Bodhisattva. You do that. Like, for example, like somebody who, gives you an opportunity to, overcome your delusions. Is the best teacher, for you. So you should see that person as your teacher. So like we mentioned about earlier, somebody who points at your faults is the best teacher. Yeah? So seeing that as your best teacher is the practice of Bodhisattvas.
Okay? Okay, thank you. Then we stop. Then maybe Murian, maybe Kimber, can you look at the texts? Maybe there's some copy texts. Maybe you can go select. Yeah, you can start. Murian, you can stop. Murian, Marian, right?
And Murray, don't forget her.
Murian, Marian,
And Bernie.
And Murray.
Morning. Too many M's.
All Marys.
Do you remember that I said two texts? I think they have copy. No, you can start. You can go. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just looking for the job to
Okay.
look at the texts.
Okay. Okay, page 39. Sashi Boki Shing Mejo Chari Ring my two collections, vast as space, that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for those whose minds' wisdom eyes blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach the state, may I be held in passion. My life's my new tree. May I find the best and complete great paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing.
Using skillful means
Drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold Buddhist teachings for a very long time, with my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread or once spread. May I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds to be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddhist deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this great course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of their children, may all human and non-human beings to eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddha. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with all Mahayana virtuous practices,
may they always be assisted by the mighty ones,
and may oceans of
prosperity spread everywhere.
in that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chen Meizing remain in life till samsara's end. Page 49. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manju's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please live long. Page 57. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha's state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Big
Thank you, Geshe.
I don't know where she is. Where is she? Marianne out there? Marianne, where'd Marianne go? Oh, she's downstairs.